and they're like, what did you take? Because they're trying to figure, they don't even know what I took. So I write, heroin. And they go, are you serious? And I write, JK.
Hi, madam. I'm Ryan Zuckerberg. And this is Two Neighbors. You guys might have noticed down in the comments that Ryan is getting a lot of Zuckerberg questions. Ryan does look very similar to Mark Zuckerberg, but I assure you he is not, because our production would be much greater than it is right now.
We have a different backdrop.
Yeah, actually this is all fake, and he is Mark Zuckerberg. Pull off the real mask. So thanks for all the comments and making me feel like I'm working with Zuck over here.
I don't see it, but you guys do, so
Okay,
well,
no, I see it. Come on, you see it a bit.
it's like, all right, I wish I had the money, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep, I wish you had it too.
Yeah.
But what do we got today?
All right, so today we got a special request. This was by Pepple113, wanted to see more Tom Segura. So we're gonna be watching Tom Segura. This one is called Overdose.
Overdose.
Yeah, so let's check it out.
Thanks. Ari Shafir, everybody. Let him hear it. Ari Shafir. All right. Let's go back to 1997. Holy shit. And fuck, that time flies. And I'm a freshman in college. And Thanksgiving, remember Thanksgiving, everybody? That's the first time that you go usually back home. That's your first break in your freshman year. And it's a big deal because it's also like a mini class reunion, right? It's the first time you see everybody you used to go to school with every day. You're back your first few months and everybody's recapping. And the big thing is the next day, the day after Thanksgiving, everybody gets together and parties their fucking balls off while acting like they're a new person, right? So I start off, I find one of the guys that didn't go to school, and he's like, I'm the new drug supplier. And I'm like, I remember you. And he asked me what I want, and I'm like, what do you got? And he goes, I have ecstasy. And I go, yeah. Everyone says, that's fun, let's try it. And I start taking it, and I forgot to mention, before I went to college, senior year, I got really into a drug that was making its way, especially through the South, through Florida, called GHB. And I'm sure, I don't know if you know what it is. It's a gamma hydroxybutyric acid. Your body naturally produces it. Sometimes there's some places where they regulate it as an anesthetic, but basically when you get it, somebody made it in a bathtub. And that's the good stuff, all right? And they sell it to you, and they get it in a water bottle. They also call it the date rape drug. I didn't do that. I gave it to myself all the time. And it does have an amazing effect on sex. I'm masturbating, let's be honest. I'm masturbating. I really had some crazy masturbation seminars as a senior, and then I passed out, and I'm like, who jerked me off? Oh yeah, it was me. Okay. So, anyways, okay, so I get the ecstasy into my system, and then I take it. I'd never taken it, so as soon as I take it, I go like, hey man, I don't feel anything. He's like, you just took it, man. Like, give it a minute, all right? All right. So I'm hanging out at this party. We're at a party, everyone's together, and then we're going to go to a bar. And at the end of the house party, on the way to the bar, I go, hey man, I don't feel anything. So he goes, all right, when we get to the bar, come find me, and I have GHB. So I'm like, okay. So I find him, and he's like, all right, let's go to the car. And that's always the big move when you go to the car, right? You're like, this is where dreams come true, in the car. Drug dealers' cars, where it all lives. So I'm expecting what I know, which is a water bottle, and then a dose is the cap. So all you do is you pour the water into the cap and you drink it like that. It tastes like ocean water, like seawater, right? Salt water. And then it's immediate. GHB, if it's good stuff, it's like, we used to call it permagrin, because you just be like, and if someone's like, fuck you, you're like, So I'm like, all right, where is it? And he goes, it's right there. and he has a gallon jug, right? And I'm like, wow, that's not a water bottle? He's like, yeah, I haven't even put it into the water bottles yet. That's the full thing, and it's a full gallon. Now, if you think about a full gallon, you know that the cap is much different. It's flatter. You're not going to sample, and it's also heavier. So I don't know how to pour it. So he's like, just take a shot. And I'm like, all right. So I put it up, and then I go, in my mind, oh shit, I have like 9 shots in my mouth right now. So the options are, do I spit it back into the main jug, which I feel like he's going to be like, not cool with that, you know, being that he's a drug dealer and all. The other thing would be spit it out on the ground, and I don't want to be rude, right? So I just go like, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, I have taken way too much GHB. Now, I'm leaving out the point that you're not supposed to mix GHB and alcohol. It is potentially fatal. You may have known this if you didn't. It can be. At this point, I am on 13 or 14 drinks, right? Like, and it's liquor, like, you know, vodka drinks, and I'm just pounding them. I get the 9 shots into me, and then I walk back into the bar, and I'm like, what's up, everybody? Like, I'm fucking... They're like, where does all this personality come from? This is natural, man. So, and then I sat down. I remember sitting down, and the girlfriend came and she sat on my lap, and then lights out. Like, I just don't remember anything. Like, I went to sleep. All I remember is that I wake up, and I'm looking at lights on a ceiling, right? I'm just like, oh shit, is this heaven? Or and then I see a woman come into frame, right? Because I'm laying on my back. I can't talk. I can't move my arms. And this woman goes, hey, Tom, you are in the emergency room, and you overdosed on drugs, and now you're coming out of a coma. And I'm just like,
what the fuck?
Like processing it. But the process literally was just eyes closed, like, oh, shit. And my only thought was like, I hope nobody knows. That's the only thing I think. I hope nobody knows. And then I open my eyes again, and my parents come into frame. And I'm like, everybody knows. And they look so just like, we thought you were a good kid. What the fuck? So I've never been in trouble. They won't let your arm out because I pull out the tubes. I have a tube for breathing. I have another tube that's pumping liquid charcoal into my stomach because that makes the chemicals and the drugs like come together, and then you also can't digest it, so you vomit, which is what they want you to do. So as I'm like, I'm also like, so they give me a piece of paper and a pen that I can't really write normally because I'm strapped down, but I can kind of chicken scratch. And they're like, what did you take? Because they're trying to figure, they don't even know what I took. So I write, heroin. And they go, are you serious? And I write, JK. They're not like, good one. They're like, what the fuck are you joking? So, then the kid in me, I'm looking at my parents and I'm like so worried about them. I write on the paper, I go, are you mad at me? And my parents, at that moment, my dad reads it and he goes, no, buddy, just disappointed. Can you save that for when I'm breathing on my own? So, I'm in that emergency, I get moved to critical, then ICU. In the ICU, a doctor comes in who I hadn't seen yet. And I'm later told, this is a doctor. They tell me this is a doctor that saved your life. So I'm sitting there in the bed, and he comes in and he goes, are you in a band? And I was like, what, man? What? And he goes, are you in a band? And I was like, no, I'm not in a fucking band. And he goes, well, you had enough in you to take down 2 drum players and a bass player, man. You now with the fucking jokes, really? And I go, well, he goes, what did you take? And I go, I had, I don't know, I took a couple pills. I told him honestly, I had some drinks. And I took, you know, some GHB, probably enough for like a whole lot of people. And he goes, what about the heroin? And I go, no, I was just joking. And he goes, no, you have heroin in your system. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, you have heroin, you have cocaine, you have PCP. He's like, you also have the same chemicals that are in like cleaners, like some of the super duty cleaners. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And he goes, where'd you get your GHB from? And I go, one of my buddies from high school. He's like, hey, he's a good friend. He gave you some fucking WD-40 to put in your system. So I you know, eventually get to breathe on my own and all this shit. And then he comes back and they're like, you know, the nurse tells me, the doctor that saved you wants to talk to you. And I'm like, all right. And I asked him, like, how did I survive? And he was like, honestly, because you're fat. Like, you're pretty fat. And I was like, what, man? And he goes, I mean, a smaller person would definitely, like a 120-pound person would die halfway through this. This is just one of the only times where it's good to be fat. And that's, yeah. That's why I still haven't lost the weight, you guys.
All right. What a story.
Yeah, really.
GHB. It's not something I fuck around with. Have you ever tried it before?
I didn't even know it existed until just now, to be honest.
I'll have a confession. I have tried GHB, but like so small. Like I tasted it,
Yeah.
and I immediately like fucking spat it out because it's like it literally tastes like sweaty balls. Like
Would you know what that tastes like?
well, you know, like you're just salty. It tastes like I just
tastes
like
bad,
took
okay.
sweat off your back and like put it in a jar and drank it.
Yeah.
Like that's how gross it is. That's why he said it tastes like the ocean.
Yeah.
But it's like way worse than the ocean. It's just really salty, but. Yeah, I couldn't do it. But wow, what a story to be like, yeah, you also had heroin, cocaine.
He got the full cocktail there.
He had the full cocktail and it pays to be fat.
Yeah. All right, so the first time I ever tried shrooms, this is actually pretty funny.
This is a big good story.
Yeah, first time I ever tried shrooms. So I got them off a buddy of mine. He used to deal in this and that. And he traded me 5 grams for me to drive him to this amusement park. He was going to meet a girl. So I said, okay, you know, I'll do that. So I'd never done shrooms before. So my first question was like, he just gave me 5 grams. I'm like, how much is a gram? He's like, just chop it into 5, estimate and eat it. So I did. I took 1 gram. I chilled out for like 45 minutes, an hour, nothing. I felt absolutely nothing. So I don't even know what shrooms look like at this point. So I'm kind of like, did I just get burned?
I have a feeling where this is going.
Yeah. So I actually called him up. Now, this like predates like cell phone stuff. So I reach him, he's at home, this is later that night. And he's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. He goes, real stuff. I'm like, you sure? He goes, yeah. I goes, just eat another gram. So I'm like, okay. So I ate another gram, wait another half an hour. Now it's like an hour and a half has gone by.
Yeah.
And nothing. I mean, I'm like straight as an arrow. So, long story short, I ate all 5 grams. So I ate all 5 grams. It didn't hit me right away, but when it did hit me, wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a wild night of what I can remember. The night ended with me watching my cat walk out of the kitchen with Chinese food on his 2 back legs. Like literally watching that. I had some horrible dreams. I remember I was trying to go to sleep, so I decided before I go to sleep, I better go take a piss. So I went in the bathroom, and somehow I was in the bathroom for 45 minutes. I don't know, I was just, I guess, in front of the toilet for 45 minutes, so.
Drugs bad.
Yeah, that's it. I've never done any like hard stuff. I
only take stuff from the earth. You know, stuff that grows. But yeah, I took mushrooms once when I went to go visit some friends at their university, and I just remember getting into a car with a bunch of people. But obviously the driver was not doing drugs, but we were all doing drugs, and we did mushrooms. And I remember sitting in the back, and I felt like I was literally like like pile of soup. Like I had that feel of just like liquid and warmth, and like there were two girls beside me, and one girl had like fuzzy gloves, and I was just like, oh, this is the best feeling. But I've never had quite the experience that this guy has, nor do I ever want to.
No.
Don't do GHB, it's one terrible.
Don't do drugs in general, kids. No.
That's true, don't do drugs in general, but.
Unless you live in Canada, then you can smoke copious amounts of weed, and
Yeah.
it's perfectly legal.
Yeah,
so.
come on to Canada, all y'all people, we got lots of weed.
Our marijuana tourism business is going to be good, I think.
It is going to be very
Lots
good.
of
Once
our
tourism
brothers-
kicks back in again.
Yeah, once the border opens, and lots of our brothers from the south coming up and trying Canada's finest greenery. So.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
That is it for our show. Please leave a comment down below if you have any requests or comments. We'd love to see them. We really appreciate all the comments and support that this channel's gotten. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, what do they have to do?
Like, share, and definitely subscribe, guys. Help us get over that mark. We're almost at 1,000. Help us get there, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you later.
Later.